What's up, guys? This episode is brought to you by our sponsors, Carnivore Shred. Carnivore Shred is a 2-in-1 thermogenic protein product. This thing is setting the world on fire. My man Roger's been on it for a couple weeks. Tell me a little bit about it, Roger.
Couple weeks now. Like Frankie said, I've been doing it for a couple weeks. Definitely the 2-in-1 protein thermogenic powder is definitely giving me results. Like I said, I've been on it for a few weeks now. As a matter of fact, I just tried on Frankie's t-shirt and it actually damn near fit me.
Listen, I'm taking the carnivore protein, so my mediums are not like regular mediums.
Mediums.
Listen, Carnivore Shred is a fat-burning, muscle-building solution featuring the power of carnivore beef protein isolate. Guys, this is delicious. Gets the job done. Check it out.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
I was on RTD, man. I guess you could shove that up your ass if you wanted to.
Put in the freezer first.
It's square. Can't fit a square peg in a round hole, they say. Is that why they call it pegging?
Pegging.
You guys are good whenever.
Okay.
What's up, Jert?
What's up, Franklin?
My man, Jert.
Jert.
Doubling dirt.
Ken over there.
Huh?
Ken, you're Ken.
Ken?
Franklin.
Oh, Ken.
Yeah.
Ken.
Yeah, Ken.
Are you talking about like
Next
I'm not
to
like your
Ken.
family like you guys talk up
Next
there.
to Ken.
My Ken, I'm gonna go have some sex with my Ken.
What movie
Don't
was
you
that?
say that up there?
Patrick Swayze was in where his brother got killed.
Next of Kin,
Next
bro.
of Kin. That
That movie's fucking
It was a
awesome.
good movie. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He was great. I love Swayze.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Wonder how this new Roadhouse is gonna. I wonder if they're gonna pay homage to him in any way.
And they have to.
They got to.
It's gonna raise Conor McGregor. I think you know. All right. Do you remember Roadhouse or no?
Yeah, of course.
It's like pretty good or vaguely.
No, I mean.
Okay. Do you remember the bad guy? Who was the bad guy?
I forget his name, but I know
Preston,
who he was.
right?
Yeah,
Preston
he
or
ran the whole town.
Old guy, right?
Yeah.
Remember he had his guy.
No, I don't think he was an old guy. The dude that got his throat ripped. Oh no, that was yes. I'm sorry. That was like his head honcho dude. Yeah, that was like
that was like his
dude.
muscle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He got his throat ripped out.
That's right,
So I
yep.
bet you they think Connor plays that guy.
Probably.
That's what I think.
Can't play the old dude. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be the muscle. Yep.
I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder who plays the old guy. You should have got that part.
Got that role?
Yeah.
What was his line in the bar? Be nice until it's time not to be nice.
It's like, how will I know? I'll let you know.
Yeah. That's good. He was good in anything he was in. Even Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right.
Ghost, man. Yeah,
It was such a big movie. I wasn't into
cried
it.
a little bit on that.
I was too young. I was too young.
You were a big Whoopi fan, Whoopi Goldberg.
No, I met her actually. There's a
Did you?
picture of her. I took a picture with her. I have
Yeah?
a picture of her. I took a picture with her in,
Did you have wide lens?
at Jet Stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
She wanted a picture with you, or you wanted a picture with her?
She said, "Frankie, oh my God,
Re-
I love MMA.
No, she didn't.
Tom's River."
No, she didn't. She's not an MMA fan. No way. She does not like violence. She doesn't like anything related to violence in any way. How did you get a picture with her? You had to ask for one.
I told her I was a situation. No. Yeah, I don't know how it happened. The PR people do that stuff. I don't ask people for pictures.
Gotcha. I met Rosie O'Donnell once. She was actually really nice.
Yeah, she seems kind of.
She gave us a ride. We couldn't find our car. She's like, jump in mine, and I'll give you a ride to your car. So we went out some back. It was at a UFC fight.
Oh yeah.
It was one of her kids. I think she's got a bunch of kids, but anyway, one of them. And we walked out with her. We didn't talk politics, that's for sure. But she was nice. She gave us a ride back to wherever our car was because it was so packed there. Just jumped in her limo, but hers was like not a limo, but car service. Hers was like back down the alley, and our guy couldn't get down the alley or whatever. It was all the TV trucks and all that shit. And we jumped in with her, and she gave us a ride to our car.
Oh, that was nice. Look at that.
Very sweet of her.
Look at that.
Yep.
I bet you Donald knew that. He wouldn't be so critical of her.
Yeah. What was his line? I never I never called a woman fat, just Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Or a disgusting pig or something like that.
Yeah.
Just one.
How about that? How about your guy, though? How about your guy?
You gonna say my guy's Biden? Is that where we're going with this? Who?
No.
What guy? What
Trump.
about him?
He's got indicted again.
You told me that, but I was on the road all day and I didn't see it.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Okay,
I don't know. For trying to overturn the election.
Oh.
Right?
They're
Isn't that
so scared that he's going to get in.
He's saying he's going to run from jail.
They're so scared.
What would happen? Imagine he's in jail. I heard someone. I went to a barbecue.
He could win.
Listen, I went to a barbecue this weekend, right? At a buddy's house, and like a brother-in-law, uncle type, you know. What was he saying? Oh, man. I probably can't say what he was saying. I think about it. But yeah, he. Well,
it's funny, right? When he was 2016, he's running, right? Their claim was Russian collusion. You know, he was colluding with foreign governments and all this sort of shit. Fast forward, you know, till now, we're finding out that everybody that was accusing him of it were actually the people doing it.
Right.
If he runs and he wins from prison, which, listen, they're so scared to death of that man that they probably will put him in prison. If he runs and wins in prison, it should be all those people in prison. So it'd be the system working backwards yet again. It's crazy.
That's what he was saying. He's like, oh, he's gonna have to win so he can pardon himself. Yeah. Is that how it works? Don't you get to pardon people at the end of your presidency?
I mean, yeah,
right?
You can, yeah.
You could pardon at any time.
Oh yeah,
you can. Usually they'd wait till the end, right?
On their way out.
Yeah, wasn't Obama the one that pardoned the most ever of any president? Or I got that wrong? Maybe I got that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, but they are doing everything. I mean, it's kind of it's almost. And I seen someone say it's almost comical now at this point. It's people are like, he got arrested again. Okay.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
It's not even news.
Bro, have you ever seen a more persecuted man than him ever in your life? Ever.
Yeah. Now, I think if he gets charged for if he gets is guilty from what he's charged with, they say he goes to jail for like 50 or something crazy.
What happened to the New York tax fraud one where he was indicted on that? What
I think they're all pressing still.
Oh, they're all.
I think they're all pressing.
Multiple.
Yeah. Yep.
They're just asking.
So, yeah.
Now, mind you,
I think so.
See, there was 2 DAs, New York DAs, that were in power prior to the guy that decided to press charges that said there wasn't enough evidence. Remember, this is also the guy that was withholding what discovery, right? The same prosecutor held a whole bunch of discovery back, which is illegal to do. I guess it's crazy, man. They just got it out for this guy so bad. And what does that tell you?
What does that tell you? I don't know anything anymore.
You think the people that are in power now are doing a good job, or you think what do you think? Just elaborate on your thoughts, bud. You said I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think anymore.
Elaborate on
who's what and what's what. That's what I'm saying. But the people in charge are not doing a good job.
I don't know what to think anymore either. I totally agree with that. However, that dude's got my vote all day because he did everything he said he was going to do.
I'm not sitting here talking about votes.
That's why I said elaborate on that thought. I didn't say I wasn't narrowing it down.
I'm not sitting there. I'm not endorsing candidates right now. That's not what we're here to do. Is that what we're here to do?
No.
You just endorsed Donald Trump.
Yeah. Of everybody so far.
I'm going to wait and see how the primaries go out, and then I'm going to endorse who I want to endorse. Okay. As an endorsement, what is an endorsement? You don't have to be somebody to endorse somebody. Like, who the fuck wants me to say? Who cares who I want president?
I wouldn't call my opinion an endorsement.
But isn't that what they say, right?
Right. I think if you think you're somebody, you call it an endorsement. I don't think I'm anybody.
So you just want? No, honestly, that's probably our guy. But I do like this Kennedy Jr. But I know he's not. There's no way he's gonna be that guy.
I like him because I like everything he says. I'm on board with what he says, but I also like him because the Democrats hate him. It must mean he's doing something right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. He's against the grain.
Yep.
That's what we need. We need against the grain, not these lifelong politicians. Right. I seen something like a chart of people in their 70s that are in Congress, and it was like 1800s. It was like down here. I guess it must have been age chart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the dinosaurs.
And then like literally just 2020.
Who was the old dinosaur speaking the other day that literally
Feinstein or something?
Yeah. No, that's was it Feinstein? I thought she was the female.
Yeah,
No. Oh, that's the one where they said just say.
Just say yeah. She was about to like go into
not her.
Just say yeah.
Not her. The guy, the old.
Oh,
old,
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, he literally had, like froze up.
He literally just
seconds.
froze, staring at the camera. It was.
And
crazy.
he's a Republican, right?
It was
no. Is it? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he's
Rhino, right?
Rhino, yeah.
But come on, what are these people doing, dude? It's just
term limits. We need term limits in the worst way.
It's not gonna happen, all right?
They all go in making, I don't know, I'm guesstimating here. What, $150,000 to $200,000 a year, and within a year or two, like AOC is a good example. Within a few years of being in, they all own $1 million homes. They've got multiple properties. They've got like their stocks are through the roof. Like there's something so off there, But my brakes are probably going to go out of my car on the way home.
Yeah, let's move on. Lizzo, bro, you see what happened with Lizzo?
I did.
It's kind of crazy though, right? That she's fat shaming somebody.
Yeah.
How can she fat shame somebody?
I have no clue. I mean, if you look
all
at
her dancers are big girls.
Yeah, that's her whole thing. Right? Big girl wins.
So she's one girl got too big for her.
I don't know.
You know what? I think none of them are as big as her. Maybe this one started getting as big as her. She's like, yo, bitch.
Yeah, back up.
I'm the big girl in town, right?
I think isn't it like Big Girl Productions or something is the name of one of her inks.
Is it?
Something like that. But
maybe you can get a
yeah,
job.
all her backup dancers are big girls.
But did you see what happened?
Sexual assault with the bananas and strip club in Amsterdam.
Them eat a banana out of the strip, not out of the prostitute's vagina.
Right. Oh, prostitute? That was strip. Well, maybe it's Amsterdam, so it's probably
one of the same.
But
yeah.
Made one of her security
Remember
guard
that? Have you
dudes.
ever done that?
No. Eat a banana. I've never even bagged a prostitute. Have you?
No. What?
I've never have. Bro.
He said, "Have you?"
You laugh. I know you haven't. I know that, but I'm just throwing it out there. But tons of my friends have. Tons.
Oh, I know a lot of people.
I know a lot of guys that go to the fucking jerk bang places there, whatever they call it, the massage parlors.
Rub
and tugs. Yeah. I've never done that ever, bro.
Happy ending.
I don't know, something about it. Can't do it. I can't do it. Now I've spent just as much money trying to get in the vagina of a girl I like. More money, way more money. But I
guess a banana, you're saying?
No, like dinners and wining and dining and whatever. But, I've spent 10 times the money it would cost me.
To just pay him. Yeah. Someone said, I don't know who said, you're not paying for the pussy, you're paying for them to leave.
Yeah. That is true. That is fact.
But I mean, like, you might be this fucking sixth guy that paid her to leave that day. That kind of rubs me the wrong way.
You know what
no pun intended.
Yeah, you know what the lesson there learned is early in the day. Start
but still
8 a.m.
Yeah, but okay, you're number 40 that week. Though you know, like,
you said the day. I was just trying to help you out with the day.
To give at least.
There's a few of those places around here. I'm not going to say where because I don't really want to get anybody to get rub and tug places right here.
Dude, Tom's River's filled with them. Are you kidding me?
Is it? I only know.
Oh my god!
I only know of two.
Listen, if there's a massage parlor that's not like a Hand and Stone, it's probably a rub and tug.
I'm pretty sure I went to one unknowingly. Like I was, when I was going through my bullshit, I was so stressed, and I went to get food, and I pulled into I won't say where, but a Portuguese place to get food, and I look next door and it says where it says massage or whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, I was just stressed. This is back when I lost like 30 pounds because I was just so stressed out, and I was like, oh man, that's perfect. So I go in, as one lady working the counter. I'm thinking there's more people in the back working. No. It's a one-stop shop. The older Asian lady working the counter is the same girl that gives you the massage. So she's like broken English, what do you want? I said, just like a deep tissue massage, whatever. She's like, okay. Comes in the room, shuts the things, puts some light music on or whatever, and the lady that just took my money, comes in the back and then gets up. There's a bar that goes across the ceiling, grabs a bar and starts walking on my back.
Bro. Yeah,
I've never had that done before.
No, it's good, bro.
Well, so I'm like,
that's good.
Fuck is
you don't
this?
like that? That's good, man.
I've never had it done before, so I'm like, this is a first for me. But then came down, then started like pulling the pants down a little bit, rubbing on the hips and stuff. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, is this one of these places? Then I hear the ding, ding, ding. Door comes in. I hear the lady leave. She'd be like, 1 minute, goes, leaves. And I hear him whispering. She's whispering with a man out there. Like, I don't know what they're saying. But I'm like, this is definitely a rub and tug place. So the guy goes in. I hear his pants hit the floor, and all. I'm like, holy shit! I left my. I think I had shorts
So
on.
wait a minute. He was. Wait. Wow.
He's waiting like one door over while she's finishing my massage.
Wow, finishing you off while she's finishing you off.
Then I didn't. I think she was waiting for me to roll over or whatever.
Turn over on your back.
No, I never did. But I mean, why would you whisper? Why would you come in and whisper? You know what I mean?
Don't want to interrupt the guest.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's funny.
So, but
yeah, no, nope.
Negative. I was in Vegas one time at a bachelor party. We were walking back to our hotel room at like, I don't know, 4 a.m. And there was a couple girls trying to get us, like, what are you guys doing? Let's party. And I was drunk, younger. I was like, guys, these girls want to party. And they're like, no, bro. They're prostitutes. They want to take your money. I was like, oh, all right.
How do you know? Why didn't they want
I guess they could just tell by the looks on me.
Yeah.
Like random, decent looking girls at 4 a.m. that looked like they just, they weren't out all night. They were like, they looked like they just woke up an hour ago and put like stripper outfits on. They were fresh, looking to party. Can we come back to your room? You want to come with us? Like who does that?
What if imagine you took them back to your room? One thing happened, like just like give me the money. But what money? What do you mean?
I think they negotiated before.
Before.
Pretty sure. I don't know, but pretty sure.
Tupac says, "Why pay for pussy when the dick's for free?"
What?
Did you not hear me?
I heard you.
Why pay for pussy when the dick's for free?
Why pay for pussy when the dick's for free? Oh, I got all right.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. She's getting the dick for free.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Keep up. Gotta keep up.
I never heard that from Tupac ever. I never heard that saying.
Well, I pay attention to stuff.
I thought you were a Biggie guy.
Well, I'm a music guy. I like music.
All right.
You only like.
I went to Millville Speedway. I guess it's called New Jersey Motorsports Park. But quite a ride. It's like an hour and a half out there. But the Cloud9 Exotic Velocity driving guys were out there again today. They had all the exotic cars, the same cars that we saw before, except this time I don't think they had a Vet when we went up there. They had a Ferrari and all the other cars. But so I did the McLaren first. Got used to the track. I've never been out there. I keep hearing about this. Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful.
Violent kind of, right?
Near Violent.
Yeah.
Millville, but near Violent.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did the McLaren the first lap, and I kind of got used to it. And it's there's like the back stretch, which is kind of it's kind of flat, but it's these kind of S turns and stuff. And I was just taking my time through there, and then you come up this hill. And once you hit that bottom apex and you make that turn, then you get on it. You come up over this hill, and it's a straight stretch. And the guy that was the instructor that took me around like 4 laps before he turned it over to me, I said, how fast were we going there? And this, I wasn't nervous because I know it was the same guy I had before. But, got to the point where I'm looking ahead. I'm like, bro, we ain't going to stop. We're going to go right over the top of that hill into the grass because there's no way this car can stop. And he'll mash the brakes. And you get stopped, and you'll bang the right at the top of the thing.
Oh, you were driving with him, you're saying?
I'm with him, and I'm like, I wasn't nervous because I knew what he was doing. But in your head, if you've never been in a fast car, you would think there's no way he's getting stopped in time because he brakes, you brake really late. But the brakes are just so huge on those cars. It's crazy what they do. So we were in the McLaren to start, the same one I drove at Giants, but it's nothing like Giant Stadium because you're in a parking lot. This is an actual track with hills and corners. And I said to him, how fast? He said about 150. I said, damn, right? So in my head, I'm like, I'll never. He's like an expert. He's not an expert, but he's a professional driver. It's like, I'll never hit it. So I kept looking at the speedometer. I was getting close. I was like 145, 146. And I was braking later and later and later.
What, the straightaway?
On straightaway.
You sure? 145?
I got it on video, buddy. You want to see it?
Wow.
So we went to McLaren, and then I did the Lambo. I felt the most comfortable in the Lambo as far as because it's all-wheel drive. As far as the way it drove.
Oh, the Lambo's all-wheel drive. That was the only one that was all-wheel. Everything was rear.
The McLaren might have been, but the Ferrari was rear.
Wow.
But it like if you're banging a right turn, it puts more power to the outside wheel to push you around. It's crazy. It's like, it's all smart technology. But anyway, we went to the Lambo next. All-wheel. As soon as he said all-wheel drive, I just immediately felt more comfortable. I was like, oh, awesome. So, and my time, I didn't know they were timing. My time got lower. I think it was around 1:30 around the track, something like that. But I wasn't pushing it on the backside. I was just kind of taking it easy on the backside. So then third car, Ferrari. And he's like, this car is, I think this will be your favorite car. He's like, really? It should be. He said, it's rear-wheel drive. So as soon as he said rear-wheel drive, I get nervous going over some of those hills and then getting on the gas because as you go over the hill, he's like on the gas, on the gas, and you turn. You're turning in over this hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're up a hill
Right,
and you're
yeah.
coming down the backside. And I'm like, I'm just like rear wheel drive. I'm gonna spin this thing out. So the first couple, I was a little slower, and then he's like, nope, I'm telling you. He's like, be on the gas going over that hill, and he's like, it'll take it. Car will take it all day. I was like, all right. So I got more comfortable. And again, I didn't realize they were timing me. I looked down on my second to last pass, 153 on the straight thing, and I was braking late. He's like, I see him going like this, like this. I was like, so I knew I was like pushing it. And one time in the Lambo, the ass end got a little loopy because he said you want to be dead straight when you brake that hard, dead straight. Maybe I wasn't perfect because the ass end at one time braking on at like 150 got a little loopy. But anyway, I hit one. I said that's good. I got over 150. I said that's good. We'll take it back. But good dudes. Anybody that they're coming back in October. You can rent the cars. They're street legal, but check them out. Cloud9 Exotics and Velocity Driving. So yeah, but they'll be back. They told me.
Yeah, it was a good time even at Giant Stadium.
Yeah, this was a totally different experience. But you did it before. What track?
I did there and I did Monticello.
Yeah, you did that with your caddy, right? Yep.
No, I did a caddy the one time. I did that one in
you did
that one in
Porsche,
Monticello.
right?
I did a Porsche in the other one. Yeah.
That's what, New York.
Yep. How about Saturday, bro? How about the fights? How about the event at Rivs, the hub in Toms River?
Packed house. We weren't there for the charity event they did early in the day. The
Weather wasn't permitting quite much, but
we didn't make it to that. Although we got there kind of at the tail end of it. Tony brought us out. What was that great big lamb chop thing? That was amazing. What was that? Lamb shank?
No, it wasn't lamb. I think it was beef.
Sorry.
It was beef. Just beef shank. Yeah, beef.
Anyway, amazing. And then we got up on the stage, started podcasting. By that time, it was packed. I don't think you would fit anybody else in there. But you said it. The card was absolutely a stat card, top to bottom.
Yeah,
and you said, who wins, with this fight tonight, or who wins with this card tonight? Everybody, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, the Gaethje Poirier fight didn't disappoint at all. They're 1-1 now. That's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
What do you think that happens? The fight happens again?
I think the fans would love to see it happen again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm sure. I could see it happen, but I'd seen. I think Connor said, I'll knock him out one shot, talking about Gaethje. So Gaethje's like, sign a contract. So I think that's the fight they're trying to make.
Well, no. Gaethje said, look, I'm not going to lie. Would I like to fight Connor? Of course. I mean, that's, it's a, whatever, feather in my cap or whatever, but I'm not fighting anybody on steroids. That's what he said.
Well, he just said an hour ago on Twitter, via X. It's not Twitter no more.
That's correct. I'm still going to call it Twitter, though.
Via X. Sign the fucking contract.
Did he?
Yeah.
Because he wants that payday. I don't blame
money
him.
Talks, baby.
Nobody can blame him, bro.
No.
I mean, listen, I don't want to say he's on the tail end of his career, but he's certainly not at the beginning of his career, so not a bad move at all, Not a bad move at all.
Oh, yeah.
I think he said it, though. He said it a few fights ago. I got I think I heard him say, I've got maybe 4 good fights in me, and I want all big, big
I
name fights.
almost think he's at the point, next fight he loses, he's probably done.
Yeah. Look good, man. I mean, we just had a gentleman's bet on it, and I thought Poirier would win that. And no, actually, not with you. You said you were picking, yeah. And
who did you have a gentleman's bet with?
Who did I have the gentleman's bet with?
You don't know many gentlemen.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Anyway, somebody, and I lost, but I was happy. I love Gaethje. That dude brings it every time.
Yeah, I know.
But he threw a straight right, kind of blinded Poirier a little bit, and he only got one arm up instead of two.
Yeah,
that foot kind of wrapped around.
Yeah,
he
got
did
the back of the neck,
partially block it, but
yeah. But you need
round 2, right?
2 hands on head kick. Round 2, yeah, it was kind of early. Who was Poirier kind of having? It's so hard, by the way, just to watch the fights when we have these events. Kind of people are talking in the air, trying to catch your ear and whatnot. But Poirier was kind of commanding that first round, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, he was throwing leg kicks. I mean, it was, he wasn't walking away with it, but I think he was in control. And then, both guys are dangerous, but Gaethje had a game plan and executed it.
And then Ferguson, he didn't look too great. I kind of anticipated that, to be honest with you.
Same. You just, I mean, listen, retire. You know, you can't tell a fighter what to do. They're going to do what they want to do. He's a legend. You know, giving us some amazing fights. But I mean,
I think they said from like
I think it's time.
I don't know, from 12 to 20. So I don't know the dates, but 12 to 20 he was like 12-0. And then from 2023 he's 0-6.
Yeah, 0-6.
Yeah, that's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fighting the best. He's fighting the best guys. I mean, you know, good guys. But yeah, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for the kid.
Yep.
Get a hell of a go.
He did, man. I mean, but did you hear any of the post-fight stuff? Did he say he's done?
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything. I hope he's done. But again...
But how about the Rivs is a hell of a place to watch fights.
Amazing place.
Good energy. The food is really good, and it's cheap too. I don't say cheap, but affordable.
Oh yeah, totally affordable. He's always done very well with his pricing. I had friends that were there that I didn't even know were coming. I had no clue they were coming. My friend Joe Tiomi were there. I walked over. I was like, hey guys, I didn't know you were coming. He's like, I was Googling it. He's like, this is the only place around that I could find anywhere that was showing the Showtime fight and the UFC.
Yeah, he's a fight fan. He's a big combat sports fan, and he had all fights on. That
Spence Crawford.
Man, like I was talking to you about that fight beforehand, and I was really geeked about it, kind of, and I was really looking forward to the fact that it could have been like an epic showdown. Both guys, top of the game, undefeated guys. I feel like they were both in their prime. And I thought it was going to be a good fight. It was still a great fight, but no way did I think Bud
Crawford was just
going to just walk through him pretty much
from round one.
Untouched. I don't even know if he got hit, man.
He looked so fresh and clean at the end of that.
Yeah.
And he did wasn't breathing. There was, mouth closed the whole time.
Stance. He's top notch.
He's different.
Now people are saying, oh, he beats Mayweather. He would have beat Mayweather. Now he can't.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I mean, people.
Too late now.
That's the fight game. People are going to say what they're going to say. Yeah. But I did see. I know you disagreed with this, but I saw some doctor on Instagram. Say he was a doctor. He was definitely a doctor, neurosurgeon or neurologist rather. Say that he was a fight fan. He was watching it with his wife, and he left. I think he said he left the room, and he heard his wife say, Spence just doesn't look right. And he came down. He's like, I really was analyzing like how he looked, and he said, to me, he looks like he's got some neurological damage. Before the fight even started.
He got that from when in the back, like when warming up in the back.
I don't know, just from I guess his facial features, the way his eyes look.
This guy must be a fucking hell of a doctor. I want this guy to check me out. Can you send him a picture? Can you send him a snapshot of me and can I ask him how my neurons are doing?
I'm telling you what this guy said. I didn't say it was accurate. It's probably just a guy trying to get some notoriety, but he said he looked like there was some neurological damage.
I seen a headline that kind of pissed me off at first. I seen Stephen A. Smith was like, Spencer retire. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Get one loss to the best guy pound for pound best guy in the world, arguably. How the fuck can you say this guy needs to retire? But then I seen
fighting's really not even in his wheelhouse.
No, not at all. Not at all. No combat sport is. But I mean, whatever. He's a talking head. Everybody. That's the whole idea. You want everyone to talk about the event. I mean, that's how it gets the word out. But like, dude, don't start telling people when and when not to do stuff. Especially in that game, especially a game that you know nothing about. I mean, I don't even think he was a good basketball player. Never mind fighter. Well,
that's why I said Tony Ferguson. To me, I'm a nobody. I'm never going to be able to tell that guy what to do because the fighters are going to do what they're going to do. I think it's the end of the road, but Tony's going to do what he wants to do for him, and nobody should tell him.
But
different.
I'm saying, a guy, listen, Tony, different. Just 6 fights in a row, stoppages in a row, bad stoppages. Yeah, this guy just lost, one fight. That was his first time. He's still kind of fairly young, right, in his 30s, and but now. Roll it back a little bit. I did I only seen the headlines when I was making these thoughts in my mind, but I think if there was other dialogue where he's saying, I think he has a head injury, and maybe because he talked to the great doctor, the great neurologist, and he knows this guy's got a head injury.
Can you look that clip up, just see if you can find it?
Then I can see why he would say he needs to retire.
Yeah.
So again, maybe I shouldn't be making all these
I only saw that
statements or
from that one
coming to these conclusions based on just a headline.
Right. Yeah. I remember when the guy said it. He said, "My wife noticed." So yeah, it's kind of a little suspect.
Oh, so he's
my wife noticed, and then I really
this
paid
great
attention.
neurologist.
Yeah.
Hey, behind every great man is a nosy ass wife. No.
Oh, bro, you love. That's a good one. Cut it.
What do you want me to look up?
Doctor. Just put in doctor. Suspects that Spence could have neurological damage, and see what pops up, if anything.
What was this, Dr. Seuss? Oh, man.
So he possibly suffered brain damage from his October 2019 car accident.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that was it. Yep, the car accident, yeah.
But, all right.
But he didn't notice it until this fight.
He didn't notice until...
I mean, I don't think he's ever examined the guy. He just saw him fighting, and this is where he came to this
dude.
conclusion.
Like a month ago, though, that comment was made.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was made a month ago? I thought it was made...
There's a clip on YouTube from a month ago.
Oh, I thought... Okay, so then...
Brain damage from the car accident.
I thought he... Okay.
What are the signs of brain damage, though?
And where did he see him?
Slow response times to questions and a sort of constant blank.
Well, that makes more sense then.
He also has droopy eyes.
Pick that mic up. Pick that mic up. Right? If you're going to talk.
Speaking of Tony...
I think it's in already, isn't it? Or no? No. Boom. There we go.
Tony said, "I'm getting these this week. Great steak. Look at this. Look at this cow. We got to go in and try this thing."
Holy shit. Roger Roger
Piemontese beef cattle.
Roger wants to try it out before you slaughter it, though.
You idiot. No, I want whatever that thing's on, though. Breed of the Piedmontese breed. The Piedmontese breed of cattle has an inactive myostatin gene, unlike other breeds of myostatin, gene. Unlike other breeds of cattle, the difference makes is that while other cattle can only gain so much lean muscular tissue, then rest must, I don't know, got cut off, but
My God, there's too many words for Roger.
no, it literally he screenshot it and it's cut off, so I can't read the rest.
No, you've seen those myostatin cows that are huge.
Yeah, yep.
That's kind of something like that. Right, hang on, everybody. Roger's texting back somebody. It's important.
Did you have something you wanted to say? Go ahead, bud. I can still comment back.
I don't know. I'm just doing a podcast.
I can still comment. Go ahead, bud. I can comment back. I got headphones on. I can hear you.
Well, I mean, Andrew has looked up what you wanted, and he has ready to fucking give it to you.
Yeah, well, I can hear. I can hear. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Roger. He's done texting now. Hang on. You're good now.
It said during the pre-fight and post-fight interviews, there was a slow response time to the questions he was asked and a sort of constant blank look on his face.
Okay, wait.
The fuck guy lost.
He
He's
also
pissed
has
off.
droopy eyes.
Pre-fight
He got punched in the face.
Pre-fight and post-fight of this fight with Crawford? Because you said it was a month ago.
No, but he's saying
The fight last night. This is somebody else commenting on it. Said he seemed to recover from heavy shots more slowly than in the past, and he seemed delayed in his execution.
He did seem delayed, but
yeah. Okay, how many fights did he have since that accident? This ain't the first fight he had since the accident.
it was
in 2019.
2019, and he had severe head trauma from that accident.
No. That's what I'm saying. How many fights did he have before that? So you can't say it could have been a fight that did it to him.
After, you mean? You don't mean before? After.
I mean after. Yeah. I'm saying before this last fight.
Yeah.
How many fights did he have since the car accident and before this fight? You know what I mean? And I'm sure if I mean, look, of course the car accident could have done some brain damage, and I heard that accident was.
You said there was no head trauma though in the accident. You know that?
I don't know. No, I don't think there was. He came back to boxing fairly quickly. So I mean, I don't know how much head trauma he could have had. But the head trauma could have definitely been from the car accident, obviously. But it could also have been from one of the fights he had, or it's training in the gym.
Do you ever, totally off subject, but talking about trauma to the head?
Fights.
3 fights?
3 fights
after the accident?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah. There was a murder case.
What was the case that they gave me?
That I saw, like, I don't know, it was on like one of those body cam or whatever things I was watching, but crazy circumstances to it. It was a guy and I don't think it was his wife, a girlfriend, living in a house. I think they had I believe it was a dispute with somebody. And a man and his son showed up at the house, shot the girl, killed her, and shot the kid, the boy, in the head. And he collapsed on the floor. They thought they left him for dead. They left. Days went by, and the police showed up. Someone did a, what do they call that, a wellness check or whatever. I could have this a little off, but I believe they did a wellness check on the house. They came in, found the woman dead immediately, found the boyfriend in the house, like just sitting in the chair, staring straight ahead, like, totally out of it. Been there, for days.
He's the one that got shot?
Well, listen to the story, yeah. So they bring him in for questioning, right? They're talking to him. They think he did it. They think he killed her, right? Interrogating this guy, like, you need to tell us. And he's very confused. They can tell. And they're doing this for like hours with this kid. And one final detective comes in and he's like, the kid's got a big black eye. He's got a big black, like, how'd you get the black eye? And he can't answer. He's like, I don't remember. I just, I don't know. He can talk. He's talking. The detective stands up and starts looking at him, finds a bullet hole in his head, right, where they shot him, and the bullet was lodged in his brain. He's like, holy shit, this guy's a victim. This guy isn't a killer. He's a victim.
Wow.
But it took them hours and hours and hours. They rushed the kid to the hospital. He dies in the hospital.
Get out
And then
here.
they solved the murder after that. Yeah.
Wow.
Kid was getting interrogated.
You think if the thing,
He lived for like 3 days.
I know, but you wonder, like, if they got him, they didn't interrogate him, got him to the hospital. I think they probably
certainly had to increase
They probably got him to the
odds.
hospital, took the bullet out, and that killed him.
I don't know. I don't know all the details of the story, but I think I got that part pretty much right. He definitely died, and then they pieced it together, and then they got I think it was a father and son that was some beef over whatever. And
so wait, who killed who?
It was a father and son that broke into the house that this kid had some sort of previous beef with, and they shot the girlfriend dead, shot him, thought he died. The police did a wellness check days later, found him just sitting in a chair or sitting on the couch, thinking he's the killer because his girlfriend's dead. They start asking him all these questions. He's just giving these confused, nonsensical answers. They bring him into the police station, start interrogating him, and hours later, one detective happens to notice he's got a black eye, and then he examines him closer, finds a bullet hole in his head. What?
You just told me the same story again.
Because you asked the question.
No, I know. I asked you one part of it. I said, who killed him? And then he goes and tells me the story all over again.
You are the toughest human being. Literally.
It was tough.
Literally.
I said, who killed him?
Bro, you know how many... Do you have any idea how many times, like, you mispronounce shit or say shit wrong? And I, like, because I'm a good friend, I try to help you out and not draw attention to it. I'm not doing that anymore. Right. I'm drawing attention to everything.
Please.
Everything. Go ahead.
Please.
Everything.
Do you like bananas?
No.
No. Not a banana guy?
Not a banana guy.
You didn't like that thing last night. That was really good, too.
No, I did.
The fried banana. That was a fried banana, so I guess you do like bananas.
This is intriguing stuff. This is riveting stuff. We're going to talk about bananas. Riveting. This is riveting.
It was the vaginas.
Yes, I get it. I know where you were going. I got the setup early on that one.
It reminded me of it.
Got the setup. I caught it real quick on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us? Do you want to tell us that story again?
But no. But I got where your joke. Your lead into the bananas and Lizzo. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Got it, bud. I got it.
Do you want to run
got
that?
It.
Do you want to run the plot by me?
Not right now. Give me a few minutes and I'll run it. I'll run it again. You got anything else other than bananas? That was your topic.
I got
anything else?
Did you see
riveting? Like bananas?
Our buddy sent us.
Apples? What do we got? Coconuts.
Oh goodness!
Riveting stuff.
How about the Pfizer guy?
Go ahead.
Was he? It said he is the head of Pfizer department. What does that mean?
Former.
Right. What does that mean now? Like
Vice president.
You think he was a big wig?
Of a department within Pfizer.
So was he a big wig?
Of course
or was he like Department of fucking sanitation? Or he was like Department of cafeteria work?
No, I read what he was. It wasn't a minor role. But he was a vice president.
But he's spitting some crazy
2000
stuff.
2008 or something like that.
But he's spitting some crazy stuff, kind of, wouldn't you say?
I would say.
Right? He was saying, well, like, not millions, possibly billions of people are going to die. He's saying if we don't do something, our rights are going to be gone, right? He said this has been a plan that's been in place for a long time, right?
Yep.
And it's pretty much like, be brave and speak out, get other people to follow. Like, what? How? In what way? By saying no?
If you look up his name.
By saying no? He's saying by saying no to the tyranny, right?
I would assume.
But what tyranny? How can we say no?
What do you mean, how can we say no?
How can we do what he's saying?
Refuse when they give mandates. Refuse the mandates.
Yeah, right? That's what he means pretty much, right?
Of course.
He don't mean like take up arms.
Right.
Or does he?
I don't know. I mean, we live in a, law and order, right? The United States is law and order, but we're not mandates. Mandates aren't enforced by cops. Policies, like we talk often about, because I'm a fan of some of them. Some of them are assholes, but some of them, the auditors, the First Amendment audit guys, like I've learned a lot about certain things. But you walk into a building, let's say a federal building or a post office. Oftentimes they'll have private security. Private security immediately comes up and says, excuse me, there's a policy, this building has a no film policy, and the guy will immediately say, well, that doesn't trump my constitutional First Amendment right to be able to film, you know what I mean? And then it becomes a back and forth, between, and then he always says, because he's a security officer, he doesn't actually have any law enforcement abilities. He said, I'll call the police. Police always show up, and sometimes you get some guys that aren't very educated that detain the person or handcuff the person, and usually a lieutenant or a sergeant will show up and say, no, he has every right. As long as he's conducting some form of business and he's not causing a disturbance.
He's conducting some form of business?
In his form of business, he's an independent journalist documenting the services and duties of our...
So you couldn't go film then there?
Sure, because you need no paperwork or no proof that you are part of the media. You and I could start our own media. We are right now. We are media. There's no credentials, and oftentimes he'll hang them up on that and say, "Sure, you got a Xerox machine? I'll print something up right now." There is no credentials to being media. That doesn't mean that ABC or whatever might not have a badge on that says it, but they just Xerox that. There's no background check or anything you need to do for it.
Well, Dana White ain't giving anybody media credentials.
But that's private business.
I'm joking.
These guys never do that to a private business because they know they can't. They cannot do it. There's a big difference there. I don't know how we got off on that side tangent, but you said, I think we got there because you said, does it mean stand up against, I said, I think it does. It means stand up against things like mandates, policies, anything that is not an actual law or that violates your constitutional rights. We absolutely should be standing up against, in my opinion, and more so for our children, in my opinion, because as we know, the school system often enacts policy and then when you go in to speak, what do you get? 3 minutes? They give you 3 minutes, you're timed, and they cut your mic off. And during COVID, you used to have to call in, remember? And then they weren't taking calls. If you wanted to speak on any matters that were going on in the school board meeting. I remember I had friends that were like, I'm scheduled to do a Zoom call at whatever, 7:15 at night.
Yeah.
And they said they were having technical difficulties. So you didn't even get to voice your opinion,
Well, they find ways to restrict that. That's the thing.
To mess with you.
How about, did you see our lieutenant governor passed away?
Yeah. Lots of questions. I have no facts about it.
No, I don't know nothing. I just know
lots of questions, though.
I mean, how old? I mean, I didn't see that.
I saw her.
70?
Yeah.
Really? She was that old?
I think so.
Wow, she looked pretty. I thought she was. I would have pegged her for like 50.
The picture I saw, she didn't look 70.
Right?
I only saw her picture and the headline. I know nothing about it. But do you? I mean, listen. I'm sure they're going to get a full autopsy. You think they're going to be honest about it?
No.
Fuck no.
Just like
Fuck no.
And Murphy's been in Italy too.
Really?
So I don't know who's running the show now.
Wow. He's vacationing in Sardinia. Murphy.
Listen, I don't want to attack somebody personally, but it's just a general question. Like, listen, I'll attack him all day as doing his, gubernatorial duties. But on a personal note, he's a very, very wealthy man, correct? I mean, what do you think his net worth is? Millions and millions and millions and millions, right? I don't know if he's a billionaire, but certainly, millions and millions of millions. Why can't that man get his teeth fixed? Why?
You got to see what he did with his hair. His hair's a little bit more like modern age.
Really?
It's all like long and yeah.
I don't want to attack people personally. I'm not attacking. It's a question. So I think
around
it's
$80 million.
Yeah, I think it's a legitimate question. Why can't you get your? You certainly can afford it.
Some people don't want it, dude.
It's like Michael Strahan with the gap in his teeth.
Yeah.
This is like.
Well, I think he was probably, but they're healthy teeth.
Here.
I think those are healthy teeth.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like he can eat an apple with no problem. I don't think Governor Murphy's eaten many
Murphy
apples.
looks like shit lately.
Dude, yeah.
His hair's all over the place. He looks very like frail.
How old is he?
Probably in his 60s, I would think.
There's a lot of you know, in the fisheries department. There's a lot of
fisheries.
65.
There's a lot
65.
of hatred. I know a lot of fishermen. There's a lot of hate going his way in that fisheries industry because of the windmills. I mean, he's stamped. That's $1 billion job, and it always goes over. You know what I mean? It always goes. So it'll be $5 billion, let's say, when it's done, and they outsource it to a Dutch company. Why would we do that?
Wow.
It's a Dutch company doing all that work.
Wow.
And they're saying, you know, they're probably going to completely kill. I think I sent you the article of the comedian saying, you know, what's his name? I love him too. Shit, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Said that, you know, New Jersey property value is going to plummet because of this. I sent you the link. The dude, what's his name?
A comedian?
He's a comedian. He's hysterical too. I'm totally drawing a blank on his name. Anyway, I sent you the clip a while ago. I know I send you a lot of stuff.
Old guy, young guy?
Young guy. Said his name, I would know it in 2 seconds. I just
Like a guy that we like popular
yeah, totally popular. You definitely know who he is. I'm just
from around here.
I don't know where he's from.
He's like country guy. Sound country?
No.
Oh.
No. Anyway, yeah, but why? And then there's talk again. I don't know this, or the opinions in this room are just opinions. That he owns a stake in it in the Dutch company, and that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true. Again,
probably
not saying that's fact, but
one hand wash the other. I don't mind people making money in their process as long as they don't do everybody dirty in the process.
No, you can't hold a public position that you.
No, I know.
You can't hold a public position
like Ritaco with the Thompson School District, right?
Right.
He was cleaning. He was skimming from the top,
right?
But we were in the surplus. There was more than enough to go around, like that. I'm kind of like, if there's more enough to go around, take your fair share, my friend.
I don't think you should be skimming at all. I mean, I'm sure Ritaco got a pretty good salary just for doing what he was doing. You shouldn't be skimming. Our taxes are high enough, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I know. I'm just saying though, like our school districts, our sports, all this stuff. The interest is not there like it used to be. The money's not there like it used to be. And we had a criminal running it, and it was fucking the best it ever was. I don't know. It seems like I'd take the criminal.
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like mob logic, kind of. And I see where you're going with that.
I know it's not so cut and dry like that.
You start small, right? You start doing illegal things and just skimming. Right, you're just skimming. You're just taking like 1%.
No, for sure.
Then you're
sure,
taking 2%. Then you're taking 3%. And then you're
maybe
taking
I don't know.
6,
Yeah, I don't know exactly what went down. I'm just looking at the facts. Tom's River Fast Mart. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I mean, I remember what.
That's when I lived. That's when I lived.
The Ritaco Center.
Ritaco Center. Yeah, the Tom's River Fest. It's changed.
PNC Bank or something.
It's changed many names. But I lived by those condos.
Yes.
They used to have the Tom's River Fest. And I used to have Kelly Clarkson and this person playing. I'm like, yo, this is in my backyard.
Yeah, that was
great.
In your backyard. That is great.
I'm not that I was a Kelly Clarkson fan or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just everything's crazy, bro. This world is just so nuts.
Yep.
But like some people, like our kids have no idea, right?
And I don't want them to know anything about it.
No, I know.
I would never talk politics in front of my kids ever. I don't talk anything negative.
I don't know. What do you mean politics though? Like, what are politics? What I guess like in.
I don't listen. Because
now
you know where I stand.
No, but now like family values politics has crossed into family values. So I feel like you have to kind of talk.
Okay, so maybe a little
stuff.
bit. Like I've taught my kids how to shoot guns. Is that politics?
No.
Or is that just family values?
Yeah, family values.
Okay.
That's like a family thing.
Right.
But someone will make it political.
Sure.
Right?
They always do.
That's what I'm saying. Like they came in with this whole, the shit they're stuffing down our kids, throats at school. That's like kind of coming into family values. Like, stay the fuck out of family values.
Yeah,
that's all.
100% agree. 100% agree. But when you do, right? Three school districts around here kind of agreed with that, and they're getting sued by our governor rather.
Yeah, I hear they're suing them back, right?
Yeah, some parents are. They're putting together a suit, I hear. It's insanity what's going on, and I want to shelter my kids from it as long as I can. And I don't put the news on in front of them. When I watch stuff on my phone, I turn the volume way down so they can't hear it. And I want to shelter them as long as I can.
Yes,
I don't want them to know.
Yours are younger. Mine are a little bit older. Where you gotta. My older ones, at least. I
think with school politics, at least, they gotta stand up for themselves.
Yeah, right? but even like I don't know, man. I think I asked my daughter, "Hey, what are they teaching you?" I want to know. I want to hear the stuff that they're telling these kids. Yeah. Like, do they talk? What current events do they talk about? I want to know what they're talking about, just to say. And it's not like I want to tell my kid how to think, but I want to make sure no one else is telling my kid how to think. Of course. Let my kid kind of come up with their own way of looking at things, but through our values that I'm teaching them.
Absolutely.
I don't want someone else's values teaching my kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know where that line got blurred or where that started or how long ago it was, but I think it started when parents started becoming friends and stopped parenting. However many years ago that really started, and I think having a strong masculine role in the house, which is not that commonplace anymore, started going away, and kids seem to be, the school started raising your kid basically, more or less. Wasn't that way when I was in school at all. My parents, if the school said, you can keep this, is your secret, you can keep here, we won't tell your parents. My parents, if I went home and said, today they told me I could be a girl and told me that I don't have to tell you, or I could do it, my mother would have flown in there and said, that's not your job. She would have said a lot. She would have said a lot more than that. But
yeah, well, it's a different world than that.
Yep, for sure. What's the worst day you ever had, Frankie, that you can think of? You think of one on the back, like the worst day where it was just a run of bad luck?
No, I don't think of those days.
Can't think of one?
No.
All right. Since you got nothing over there, I figured you were going to say that. I just thought of this today. I don't know why. I think it was. Oh, I know why. Because I went to Millville and I drove by this section of road. I was like, holy shit, what a fuck! And I was like, that'd be a good story for the podcast. When I was going through my bullshit 5 years ago, whatever it was, got into my funk, got a little depressed. There was a girl, I'm not going to say her name, that I'd been friends with, actually was friends with the ex too, that had reached out. We were talking a little bit, she was kind of being there for me, and I was just having a really bad day. Like, it was a bad day. I think it was a work day, and I think I'd taken off work because I was just so stressed. And she just called me and said, let's do something today. Just whatever. I don't care what it is. Let's do something. I was like, you know what? Let me get out of this house. Let's do something. So she comes over. And at that time, I had a 6.7 Ford F-250, big, lifted, beautiful black truck. I had just sold it because it wasn't practical at all. I'm a single dad now, right? Need a practical vehicle. I just sold that. And I only had one vehicle left. And it was my F-350 6.0 Ford, big, lifted truck. It was a little older, wasn't as nice as the other one, but I just kept that as basically a beater. And I remember she showed up and she's like, what do you want to take? I said, I don't care. Take my truck. I don't care. She jumped in, no destination in mind at all. Just got on the parkway. I should add this. A few days prior to this, I'd walked out of my house. I had a court date, divorce hearing type thing, and I walked out of my house. I just had to be downtown, and I had to be there in like 20 minutes. I had a flat tire in the front of my truck. It was completely flat. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is the worst luck ever. I called my attorney. He ran from the courthouse and picked me up and shot back down there. We made everything was fine. But I fixed this tire a couple days before, but I drove it to Wawa flat, which is half a mile from my house. And I filled it up, took air, filled it up, I took it over to Louis. Louis changed the valve stem, the bad valve stem, whatever. So now fast forward, this girl shows up, jumps in the truck. We're cruising down the parkway. I have Grayson that day, just Grayson. He's in the back in the car seat, all strapped in. And we're just taking a ride. I mean, that's, we're just talking, taking a ride, right? Going down the parkway, doing 65, whatever, cruising. And all of a sudden, bro, and it had 35-inch tires on it, right? All of a sudden, the front tire just goes boom. And I mean the loudest boom you've ever heard in your life. Thing deflates like immediately, like a grenade. It blew apart, right? The whole ass end of the truck slides around. Now I'm doing like 65 miles an hour on the truck. Totally lose control. I'm fighting this thing. Coffee went in the air, spilled all over me, spilled all over her. I got my son in the back. My son's little, right? I'm like, holy shit, I'm fucking fighting the wheel. Thing almost like spun around sideways. I regained control. I saved this thing somehow. I pulled to the side of the road. My heart is pounding out of my chest. I look back. Grayson was good. Girl's dripping coffee off her face. Coffee's like running off my face. The whole windshield's covered in coffee. I'm like, holy shit. She's scared. She's like, oh my God. We're checking on Gray. He wasn't even crying. He was fine. He was the least bothered out of any of us. I'm sitting on the side of the road. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, I got AAA. Let me call AAA. I call AAA. They're like, nah, we can't come and get you on the Parkway. Mm-hmm. We don't get you on. We don't pick anybody up on the. I'm like, I got a flat tire. I got AAA. What do you mean? So I'm like, now I'm already having a bad day. This girl, I just covered this girl in hot coffee. Blew a tire. Truck almost fucking flipped over. Got my son in the car. I'm on the side of the road in the grass on the side of the Parkway. AAA won't come pick me up because they won't tow you off the turnpike or the Parkway. You got to get towed off by a private company.
That's so dumb.
And then they'll come and get you, right? You go to the nearest exit, get towed off, get on the side of the road. So I'm going back and forth with these guys. I'm like, why do I have fucking AAA? So I'm getting pissed off. The girl's like, just calm down. Listen, we're okay. Calm down. It's all good. I don't know who to call. I call Louie. Call my best friend Louie. Because he lives the next exit. He's literally, I'm almost to the Barnegat exit. He lives in Barnegat. I call him. He's like, yeah, I'm just about to get on the Parkway northbound. He's like, I'll just bust a Yui through one of those, those cop crossovers or whatever. He pulls up in front of me, and like him, Meg, and the kids in his SUV. He was there in 15 minutes maybe, right? So I'm like, awesome. All right, Lou's great. Lou will have a plan, right? So I roll my window down. Lou pulls around me in the grass. He's pulling up next to me. I just rolled my window down, right? We'd been sitting there, like I said, maybe 15 minutes. Lou was pulling up. And he ran over a plastic soda bottle that was sitting in the grass that I didn't even see. Well, he runs this thing over. It's a hot day, roasting day. He runs this thing over. It blows the end cap of it off, and it shoots right directly in my face, just burning hot liquid on my face, right? Like fucking, like could not have hit me any more directly. I heard it go, right? Bro, hits me directly. It's piss.
No.
It's piss.
Oh.
Someone had pissed in a bottle and threw it out the fucking side of the window. Covered in coffee. Almost rolled my truck over. Girl who I'm trying to kind of talk to or impress or whatever. Covered her in hot coffee.
And that's not what you want to cover her in.
The fucking tow truck won't pick me up. And I just got smoked in the face with a fucking
hot piss.
Liter of hot piss. Smelled horrible, bro. I was like as close to crying as you could get to crying, right? Like, and the girl was she's like, it's okay. She's like wiping my face. I'm like, that was piss. I was pissed. I'm looking at Lou. I'm like, that was piss. He's like, oh my God, he felt bad. I was like, you didn't know. So Lou made a plan, got one of his buddies to come with a private truck, towed me off. Then AAA came and picked me up. But worst day ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Piss in the face.
Honestly,
if you told me a story and it ended with piss in your face, I would have thought you would say this is the best night of your life. I would have thought it would have been the best night of your life.
You would have thought there was some guy named Alfonso involved.
Yeah.
Nope. Unfortunately, no dude, Alfonso.
It's a tough one.
Worst day of my life, and I don't know why. I just happened to drive by the place today, and
honestly, if
that's a good story.
I'll tell you what. If that's the worst day of your life,
that's not that bad.
You're fucking doing all right,
at
buddy.
the time, bro. That was like
that's not bad
because I was already at rock bottom. I was literally at rock bottom. You know what I mean? And then that shit happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker. So yeah, yep.
But in retrospect,
yep. What do you got? You got something about bananas?
Bananas. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
All right, man. That was a good go. Guys, can't say enough about Ribs Hub, Tom's River. If you guys have never visited there before,
Tony's been in business for over 30 years in this town.
At the very least, check them out if you're a fight fan. The next fight, give them a chance. Make it your next spot. for watching, any fight really, but definitely the UFC fights. I mean, what was there, 40 TVs in there?
Yes.
Insane.
40 TVs. Hey, but guys, make sure you find and follow us on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and most other podcast platforms.
Boom. Good go.